the Worthington Cup, a trip to Wembley and a European treasure hunt. It all sounds like fantasy football, doesn't it? But it's not.
Good Johnson with a goal to treasure.
Bolton just missed out 5 years ago, but their cup-fighting heroics have lasted for the best part of a century. Tranmere are buzzing again. A matter of months ago, it was chaos. In '94, they came within a whisper of reaching Wembley. Aldo was on the spot. But Mark Bosnich won the penalty shootout for Aston Villa, another of this year's semi-finalists. Tranmere have also provided us, albeit unwittingly, with one of the stories of the season. Saturday's victory over Sunderland in the FA Cup was the subject of an FA inquiry, but they won the numbers game as well as the tie. Next, it's the Nationwide Lottery, a soccer night special, the Granada match, live from the Reebok Stadium.
Good evening, everyone, and while Premier League teams may hold no fears then for these two sides, now on a very damp night indeed in Lancashire and on the Wirral in a fortnight's time, we shall see which of them can survive the nerve-wracking ordeal of a semi-final. Bolton have to manage without their defensive linchpin, Mark Fish. He's away on international duty with South Africa, but Goodney Bergson is back after injury to partner Scotland's Paul Ritchie on loan from Hearts. Frenchman Frank Passy anchors in midfield, and up front Bo Hansen, the Dane, rather than Bob Taylor, starts alongside the exciting young Icelander Ida Gudjohnsen, who is rated by Bolton in the £5 million plus bracket. Well, the FA Cup fiasco with Sunderland now successfully behind them. Tranmere can concentrate fully on reaching Wembley, but must do so without three of Saturday's team. Captain Wayne Allison is cup-tied, Nick Henry and Jason Pumas both suspended. The replacers for the two Allens, Morgan and Mann, and for former Bolton striker Scott Taylor. A night for strong hearts and strong temperament. Andy Parkinson, the man whose substitution caused such a rumpus at the weekend, certainly rose to the occasion in the last round against Middlesbrough, laying on the first goal and adding a spectacular second. Tonight's referee is Graham Barber from Tring. Very wet conditions underfoot here. It's been pouring all day in this part of the northwest. This magnificent stadium, which is certainly not going to be full tonight, but a great atmosphere building nonetheless. John Aldridge, a very relieved man after the furore surrounding the FA Cup tie. All smiles for him now, and for Quentin Hill, who of course was the man whose sending off was at the centre of the controversy. Well, it's all about team spirit. Bolton are really fired up for this game, as at Tranmere. Two teams who've had a fair amount of rivalry down the years. That dates back to the early 90s when Tranmere beat Bolton in a playoff final at Wembley. So we're all set then for the off at this Worthington Cup semi-final first leg at the Reebok Stadium. Bolton to get us underway. Strip all blue. Wembley beckoning then for two teams who've certainly not had a cushy ride to the last ball. This is Parkinson straight on the rampage for Tranmere, who are pledged to come here and attack. There is early evidence of that. Bolton hoping now to repeat their success of 5 years ago when they went on to Wembley before losing to Liverpool in the final. Tranmere determined to improve on '94, and of course they lost at this stage to Ron Atkinson's Aston Villa. Very unluckily so too, rightly wrong.
Oh, very unluckily. We sympathise with them immensely. No, they played great in both games, two tremendous games, and you know, one or two of them, particularly the manager, will know the heartbreak from that game. He'll want to put things right. Looking at the way he's lining up today, I think you're going to see him playing with Kelly up the middle, David Kelly, a very experienced player up the middle on his own. Scott Taylor, who's come in playing on the left-hand side. Parkinson, the star of a few their matches this season, on the right-hand side. Two wingers, one up the middle. But I think you'll find both wide players when they lose possession and pull in and make a five-man midfield.
Parkinson again on the charge against Mike Whitlow. It's going to be an interesting contest down that Tranmere right. Uprise Gardner against Steve Yates on the Bolton left. To Tranmere, who've won 8 of their last 10 games. 10 of the last 15. They're in a rich vein of form at the moment under John Aldridge. Bolton have certainly been playing well in the cups, but not in the league. They haven't won in 7 now. But the form book goes out of the window for this kind of contest. Challoner has advanced from the back. Flags up though. Over on the far side. And Hill took a whack then in the face. The man who took many of the headlines at the weekend for his 3rd sending off of the season. That sparked off all the drama. Now, what happened here? There's certainly a clash. Though I think an innocuous one. Hill, who has got this reputation for being a somewhat fearsome character, but is very quiet and shy off the field.
His power and strength will be particularly important, you know, at set plays. I remember seeing him play as a kid in the reserves 2 or 3 years ago and being very impressed with him then. Obviously, he's got a little bit of a temper that needs to be curbed on the field. Sometimes that's enough.
Steve Banks, who quick for further goal tonight to the Finnish international. You see Escalating. This is good Janssen. Outmaneuvered by Gareth Roberts. He had a bit of a chasing from Nicky Somerby of Sunderland at the weekend. How will he cope with Michael Johansson, the Dane, tonight?
I think you'll also expect to see a couple of contrasting styles. I think you'll find that Bolton, because they've got a fair bit of experience, a fair bit of continental influence, they want to try and pass the ball and control the ball and play it around a fair bit. Whereas I think you'll find that Tranmere will want to play at a very high direct tempo.
They're a hustling team, Tranmere, but John Aldridge has been incensed by suggestions they're an ugly team. Much of that, I think, suggesting, all the suggestions surrounding the long throws of Dave Chandler. I'm sure we'll see those throughout this game. The best way to defend them, says Sam Allardyce, is not to give any throw-ins away. He has the longest throw, Dave Chandler, in world football, over 50 yards. And they've actually been pushing the advertising hoardings further forward here so that he can't get a good run at it. Back at Prenton Park, they opened up the passageway for him. Isn't he just been in the car park last week?
Is there a suggestion of something that they have the goal boys with the towels drying the ball for him or something?
They actually dry the balls at Prenton Park. I don't think there'll be too many towels on show for him tonight. Scott Taylor, who'll be tapping with Kelly up front then for Tranmere. This is John O'Kane, the former Everton and Manchester United man, taking a throw for Bolton. Now Kelly. Good distribution too by him. Yates with a long cross. Oh, rather real of that then, Steve Banks. Back in by Taylor. And it's skipped across this greasy service. And they were rather unnerved at the back then, Bolton.
Yeah, terrific ball in there from Taylor. Put it into the area which keepers hate. Keeper's a bit hesitant after his previous mistake. And he punched one clear. And, you know, you just wonder whether somebody might just have gambled on that, be Kelly or whatever. A good bright start from Tranmere. They squeezed the game up. They put Bolton back in their own last third. And they're taking the game to them.
Up goes good Janssen. Not jumped though by Challoner. Who's anxious to underline the season. He's more than someone who just takes long throws. Johansson could play here for Bolton. Off goes Klaus Janssen. A really good footballer, this fellow. He's done well here, Janssen. O'Kane with a cross. Let's go. That's it. Came in on the blind side, around the back end, Ricardo Gardner, who hasn't scored for 3 months now, but could have a flurry of goals early in the season.
Yeah, Bolton's first positive attack, ball laid back, thrown to the far post, and Gardner comes in. Pity he couldn't have just got over the top of it, but still worthwhile effort.
Campy is such a dangerous player, the Jamaican international, who played, of course, in the World Cup finals for his country. Free clear to the home team. Good movement by Bo Hansen. That's Johansson with the cross. Now the break might be on here for Tranmere. No, Markinson won't get there. For Paul Ritchie, and now the flag is up for offside, which I presume it is. I can't see without falling off the gantry here. We are perched very high up. Two players on their way back, caught offside.
Yeah, I don't think you'll find Tranmere boys hanging about much. Once the ball goes away from their own goal, I think you'll find them pushing up as hard as they can and squeezing the game.
Goes Alan Barn, Republic of Ireland under-21 international, who's lost his place in the side in recent games, in from the start tonight because of suspensions. He's actually in dispute with the club over his contract. And John Aldridge feels it has affected his form. But here's Gardner now. Flags up against Gudjonsson.
Yeah, but they held a very high line again, if you notice there, Tranmere. I'm not altogether sure, speaking with people that played against them, yeah, it's certainly offside. Shouldn't be, can see the three defenders, he should just hold his run a little bit. Actually felt Gardner then wanted to take the other option and played it wide. He got an overlap on the outside of him from Whitlow. But when I've spoken to people about the Tranmere's back line, people think they play that high line a little bit chancy.
Up goes Gary Jones. Here's Gardner. And Steve Yates went in very aggressively there on the Jamaican, and I think will be cautioned for his troubles. Certainly one of the talking points as to how he will cope with Gardner and his pace and his trickery. That wasn't the way to do it.
Yeah, I think that he'll be saying to himself the first thing, and John Aldridge will have told him, whatever you do, don't let the boy have good possession and have a good run at you. Squeeze him down, knock him back, make him go back towards his own goal.
Yates on the right-hand side of that back four for Tranmere tonight. He's only recently come back from injury.
What he's done, of course, now he's put himself in a situation where if you're a Bolton player, you feed Gardner, give him the ball and see if you can get Yates to dive in at him again.
It's Ritchie with the free kick, aiming for Whitney Bergson. Up by Hill. Ritchie again, Scottish international, featured of course in the playoff finals against England. Bergson. Whitlow failing to keep it in play. Mike Whitlow, a League Cup winner with Leicester back in '97. Bit long again by Yates. Parkinson going to ground, but no foul. Here's Gardner now. Slipping it through, just beyond the Haxon, but again the flag was raised. Again those defenders are pushed right upfield.
Yeah, they've got to be patient with the runs. It's very difficult sometimes. If you're a front player, you see the grass, you want it played in there to make a little run. I think they could be helped if Gardner carried the ball more now.
You're certainly well capable of doing that. Something of an enigma, Ricardo Gardner, but he's on form. Well, he could be the key tonight for Bolton. Here's Parkinson, hero of the last round.
I think those two players, those two wide players, Parkinson and Gardner, I think they both have a major say in the outcome. Both have got good pace. It's a pitch where it looks a good surface in the wide areas. And guess what I think might happen here?
He's looking for the way through, look. There's nowhere to run. It's like a free kick or a corner. Whitlow on the near post to head it away, but really back to Chandler again. Dangerous ball whipped in. Well smothered by Steve Banks, who had lost his place to Escalating, but was back in at the weekend and did well in goal against Grimsby. Bolton made it through to the next round of the FA Cup, as of course Tranmere did against Sunderland. A little bit more fuss made about their victory though than Bolton's. Hill, who certainly had his ups and downs at the weekend. He did some sterling work at the back before his dismissal. And John Aldridge, for one, believes he can play at the highest level. David Kelly, who was tireless at the weekend. 34 now. Straight to John O'Kane. And it was Ritchie to O'Kane again. Now Passy, this is the Frenchman. They've signed from Compostela in Spain. He's come on loan until the end of the season. Now Parkinson looking to get a run at Whitlow. Kelly waiting in the middle, but there's no service. from the eager Parkinson. But again, Bolton careless with their distribution. In goes Marr. To no avail this time. Morgan then sweeping it on. This is Taylor. Scott Taylor to Marr. Good approach play here, and the flag's up a little belatedly. Knocked in by Marr, and the flag was certainly up. But they were weaving an intricate pattern then towards goal.
Oh, some good slick passing here. A few little 1-2s. Marr's very instrumental. Lovely little dink ball, and no way in the world but outside. Oh, look at the right-sided defender. He's played them all on. Unfortunately, and as you said, a belated decision. I think the linesman was having great thoughts about whether he was, but he certainly wasn't offside on the evidence of that replay.
Well, a real let-off then for Bolton. They were very hesitant with their defensive play and were caught with their guard down. Tranmere have opened in very confident fashion here. This is Roberts. Off comes Ritchie. Now Whitlow. Good Janssen has made the run over on that far side. Challoner had come across to cover. Who's come up through the ranks. Indeed, he actually was signed from a non-league side, Challoner, a few seasons back. Yates against Gardner. Just got there in the nick of time. I think he's going to have his hands full with Ricardo Gardner.
Yeah, but good last ditch that by Yates. Had to be correct, had to be right. Couldn't make mistakes, couldn't afford to make a mistake, and didn't he?
Bo Hansen has got near post. There's Jensen, then Idol Good Janssen. Hansen! I think he just got his hands to it. Couldn't hold on to it though. It squirmed away from him, but rebounded from the upright. Johansson, who's been a match winner in previous rounds, scored with a penalty, of course, against Wimbledon, and also very late on against Derby in one of the early rounds, and so nearly gave his team the lead. So really enterprising play there for Bolton. Back up Tranmere now with Marr. Parkinson looking to extend Whitlow again. They're well represented in the centre. Yates planting in the cross. That was Jones. And it's no problem for Steve Banks, but there was certainly one at the other end for John Achterberg.
Well, we've had an incredible start. We've had a goal disallowed, which in my book shouldn't have been disallowed for Tranmere. We've just seen a brilliant shot by Johansson. Cannon touched the keeper, cannon off the inside of the post, and you don't see any way possible it can stay out, and yet it has done.
Johansson, the Dane, who came a few seasons back along with Per Franson, of course, has now moved on to Blackburn. Alan Morgan with this free kick. It was Passy with a poor clearance, really. Another chance for Jones. Slip through, but wide. Now behind for the goal kick from Challoner.
Here's this chance again, like it's a little edge ball out there. I think it's from Gudjansson, and that's a great strike. Keeper's done quite well, he's got a hand on it. It's hit the post. You'd have bet money, particularly with it being greasy, it would have just skidded and ricocheted into the net, but fortunately for Tranmere it hasn't. There's the little nudge. Good tight angle. Keeper's just done enough, maybe, just put enough on it to force it against the post.
Just got something behind it then, John Achterberg, who performed heroics against Sunderland at the weekend. Indeed, he's done very well since reclaiming his place in the team after young Joe Murphy was injured in the quarter-final against Middlesbrough. Achterberg had to come on to replace him, and it was from his prodigious throw-out that Parkinson scored the deciding second goal. Roberts with a long throw now, they all want to do it. That was Passy, who was very much a defensive midfielder. Janssen, who provides the real class and quality alongside it. Really good touch player, Janssen.
You get the impression as well that Tranmere have signalled Frank Passy. They know he's a very experienced player, played at the very highest level in France, been in big European matches. every time he gets the ball, you get the impression they're trying to tighten down on him quickly so he can't set up the passing movements.
Yes, Passy played for Marseille and Monaco during his earlier days in France. Down goes Hill again. Well, he can certainly dish it out, but he's on the receiving end again here. Hansen, who clattered into him.
Yeah, you wouldn't have seen much wrong with that. That didn't look too much physical contact. No, if you're a big, strong centre-half, you have to expect that sort of thing. And he is a big, strong centre-half.
He used to watch videos of Tommy Smith, apparently, so maybe that might account for his physical nature. There's Passy, who actually played in a semi-final in Europe for Monaco. And was once in the same team as Eric Cantona for the French under-21s. Going back a few years now. Parkinson under threat from Gardner. Now it's Yates. On towards Kelly. That's Bergson with a foot in. Bergson, who was left out at the weekend, more as a precaution than anything else. He's had a slight hamstring injury.
Very underrated player. Good player at Tottenham. Been a very, very good, steady, solid defender here.
Actually made his debut for Bolton in the '95 League Cup final as a sub. Now here's another of those missiles launched by Challoner. Another huge throw. That's quick post from Kelly. Well, that underlines just how dangerous these throw-ins can be.
I also think, you know, they know so much about it. They panic, you know, and there's so many players have attacked the ball. And they've left Kelly virtually. I mean, it's a good header, this. He's screamed in above. And he'll think he's scored there. And that's desperately unlucky. It skips off the turf. It's the post. Level on post, level on woodwork at the moment. One apiece, woodwork.
Kelly, who's the competition's leading scorer with 6 so far, including 3 against Coventry. And that hiding they handed out in front at Park. Johansson, up to Jensen. Given for the indiscretion by Passy.
But you saw again on this break here, they've held the line here. This is where Passy makes the lunge there on who is it?
Foul on Morgan. He doesn't take too many prisoners, Passy.
Yeah.
But he has certainly caught the eye since coming to Bolton. Initially on trial, but they have now extended that to the end of the season. Eidur Gudjohnsen. Excellent play by him. This is Gardner now.
This is what I think he's going to... Well, that's a good ball, and it is a good ball. But I thought he had the defender then. It pulled Challoner out wide, 1-for-1. I think Gardner should attack him there. He should be looking to hit the dead ball line himself with his pace and quality.
Okay. Now Whitlow. So many players back behind the ball, but they can break very swiftly, as they're trying to do now with Scott Taylor. Actually scored here in the 3-2 win by Tranmere in the league back in December. His only goal in the league this season. So you can imagine how keen he will be to do well tonight. Here's Clint Hill's free kick. Kelly a target up front. But harmlessly through to Steve Banks. Sam Allardyce first played for Bolton back in the early 70s. Featured in a League Cup semi-final against Everton in the late 70s. Was on the losing side. Johansson. Outgunned though by Gary Jones. Away goes Parkinson. The keeper hesitated there. Well, second thoughts, it came racing out. But I thought for a moment then he was in no man's land.
I'm just wondering about Parkinson here. I mean, I thought he was quids in there, you know. Because as you say, Banks made a bad decision in my book and then reacted and went and saw it off positively. But I thought Parkinson with his pace, unless you wanted to throw in, of course.
Here's Challoner. Bergson heading out bravely to Klaus Jensen. Good play by Marr. Quick thinking too. Oh, such improvisation then from Alan Marr.
That was absolutely brilliant. You look, he's calm, he's collected, he's nominated that one, he knows where the keeper is. He's there, the keeper's clamouring, and at one stage you think that's a goal. Full marks to the keeper, shifted his feet quickly, and he's got a save on it, but that's absolute consummate skill. Look at that. Go on, my son. Great save.
Well, impudence from Alan Hahn, and it's so nearly produced a goal. And so did that. Clip Hill for Tranmere, and it's a goal they have been threatening throughout this first half. It's no big surprise. Tranmere take the lead, and it's Clint Hill. Well, in many eyes, a villain on Saturday with his sending off. Now he's turned to hero, stabbing out the front post.
Yeah, I mean, that's a brilliant little flick on from Gary Jones. The biggest surprise of all is, you're not surprised Hill has thrust himself in there strong. The biggest surprise is that he's been left to come in totally unopposed. Full marks, has read the script. Look, good delivery, good nick on. Brave, strong, positive then product. And as you said, probably on balance of play deserve it.
Here's Gardner, nearly stepped it on then to Johnson. Well, they have certainly come here with attacking ideas, Tranmere. Jones knocking it on to Parkinson.
It's ironic, you know, it all developed from that one when I personally thought Parkinson should have got the ball before the keeper.
Roberts to Taylor, who's coming up front then for Wade Allison, who's cut time because he played for 7 minutes for Huddersfield. A moment to savour for Clint Hill. This highly rated young defender showing his prowess at the other end of the field. But back up Bolton now. Ricardo Gardner. This is Passy. Once he wasn't really closed down by Tranmere. Johansson. Then to O'Kane. But then has a pass. It's Whitlow, who's never scored for Bolton. And Passy. O'Kane away from Kelly. Tranmere in defensive mode with Taylor and then Roberts. Welsh under-21 international. Terrific start here for Tranmere. Really in form as they have underlined for their contribution so far. But here's Johansson. Going the same wavelength this time as his compatriot Klaus Jensen. Of course, he has come close to a goal with that shot that cannoned back off the post. More goals in this game, Ron, you would feel?
I would think so. I certainly think Sam Allardyce will be looking at it at the moment thinking needs more from his two front players. They've got to impose themselves on the game more, not get caught offside as much, and sort of make life a little bit difficult. I can't remember too many occasions, there's been good reports about Good Johnson, where they've really put themselves in the game.
Here's Marr. He's having an excellent going. Jensen, though, great hit for Bolton. He's got too much support here. No way was he going past three of them. Michael Johansson. Jensen to John O'Kane. This is Gardner. Now Jensen bending over his cross. Should be the keeper's ball. Not held in the air by John Acterberg.
Yeah, I'm yet to be convinced, though, even with that. That was the best quality service in, some good build-up play. Not a great ball in from Jensen. But I'm yet to be convinced that there's quite that desire from the Boltons for that strike force.
Good Johnson. Scored another magnificent goal at the weekend. The players at Wembley against Wimbledon in the last round. He's done well here. Just pulled it back maybe too far. No, it's Johansson. And that Passy with a shot. That's pretty tame at the end.
Yeah, it was unlucky. Clever little header. Some good work there from Good Johnson. His first real contribution in the game. Drives on it, digs it out. Good little header this from Johansson. Heads it early. Unfortunately, can't put it ahead of anybody and finishes a little bit tamely. But a better response from Bolton.
Lost his footing for a moment. Here's O'Kane. Gardner's made a run over on the far side. Yates is there in close attendance. Tough assignment this for Yates against Gardner. He has electrifying pace if they can get him on his way.
Yeah, but the problem at the moment, he's playing quite well actually. He's playing more as a tucked-in left-sided midfield player. I saw him play out in France in the World Cup when he gave me the impression he was more of a left winger, where he liked to pick it and get at people, particularly on the outside. Not once yet has he had a go at Yates on the outside. And I think you'll find that Yates will be very thankful for that.
Just flicked on by Jones, but only to Whitlow. Good Johnson offside. The flag was late going up.
You've got to concentrate. It's difficult. You're a front player. You're one down. You're anxious to get back in, but you've got to be focused and patient. And, you know, it's a fair bet that they're holding a high line. He knows that now, and he's going to start being a bit aware of it.
Well, they have strayed too often so far. The Bolton frontmen, Johansson and Good Johnson.
I think if they're wide awake and they're alert to it, you know, I mean, I think they can exploit it, because what it does do, and there's an awful lot of space at the back of their defence.
Parkinson is the wide man here. Decent ball too for Kelly.
You know, that's a magnificent save there from Bergson, because Kelly has counted himself as a scorer there.
Well, they were so indebted to Goodney Bergson and his awareness in front of his own post.
I mean, look at the height he gets up there, Kelly, and it's a goal bound. If he's not going to tuck it away, it's going to be his mate's going to knock it in. Full marks to Bergson. Good, magnificent interception. Over what the course of the game might be now, the remainder of this and the next one, you know, Peter, that may be very, very, very important. That could well turn out to be a key point in the game.
Little scrap going on in the midfield. Morgan, who is such a combative little player. Marshman, who's been drafted in tonight in the absence of Kumas and Nick Henry. Whitlow's free kick. Here's Bohanson. He scored at the weekend along with Good Johnson in their away win over Grimsby. Jensen, who provides so much of the vision from midfield. Whitlow, good into passing here. Casu with the cross, dealt with by Yates. O'Kane, now Good Johnson. O'Kane again, just showing too much of the ball though to Gareth Roberts. And Tranmere survive. Bergs down to Jensen. This is Good Johnson, who's got such quick feet. Chase back and defend. It's Alan Barr. Johansson and Cup tracking back. Here he is now, Michael Johansson. Passy. Whitlow has made a burst down the far side. Frustration for the home fans.
Yeah, it was negative from Gardner. You can overplay sometimes. I think Gardner should have been a bit aware, take the pace off it and turn and got at the Tranmere defence.
A few signs that the crowd are becoming impatient, the home crowd, with their team's efforts so far. Not so the 3,000 or so who've come from Tranmere. I'm sure they're thrilled with what they've seen so far. The team in front, here's David Kelly.
He's doing smashing.
Working diligently up front, isn't he, again?
A couple of magnificent headers, he's leading the line, he's linking play up.
Played in a couple of semi-finals in the League Cup for West Ham many years ago. I remember him starting out at Walsall.
Yeah, excellent play. He's one of those that had the ingredients nearly to be an absolute top player. Did do very well. World Cup with Ireland and so forth for the Republic, but looks as if he's having a bit of an Indian summer at the moment.
With his 7th club now in some 16 campaigns. David Kelly. He says he has problems recovering between games. It's a strain on his knees. But his appetite for the game remains completely undiminished.
You know, with a modicum of luck, he might have been on 2 goals himself in the game out of sight. 2 superb headers.
Here's Marn, who's been bright and busy so far. Now Scott Taylor. A few ironic cheers from the home supporters. Taylor, who's had to play second fiddle really to Wayne Allison, who is the team's leading scorer this season. training tonight as Allison is ineligible. He must be kicking himself, Allison, just coming on for 7 minutes at the end of a game which I think they'd already won by distance too, Huddersfield. So it's ruined his chances of playing in the competition and enjoying this cup run with Tranmere. Johansson penalised. Hill aiming for Gary Jones, maybe up front. The ball here for Taylor. Maxwell plays so to make the save. The early ball here in search of Idol Gudjohnsen, who attracted a bid of $4 million from Derby earlier in the season, which was rejected by Bolton. They don't think it's enough. No question, he is a very talented player. Played with Ronaldo in his early days at PSV Eindhoven in Holland. Here is Gudjohnsen now. Shot though by Hill. Johansson played it tightly then to Klaus Jensen. Good interplay here from the two Danes, but it's come for nothing. Yates with the clearance. O'Kane. Bolton trying to sustain some pressure now. O'Kane playing it in for Gudjohnsen. The marking though is tight. The defending resolute. And away come Tranmere now. Very dangerous on the break with Parkinson on that far side if they can get him on his bike. It's all going to plan so far for Tranmere. And they might have had more goals too. Up goes Challoner. On then from Morgan. Kelly.
See, that's excellent. He's always an outball for the defenders. Been linking up, just holding the play up when necessary, and that's in a way is the big difference. At the moment, there's very little impact at all from the Bolton front players, the two Bolton front players, but Kelly certainly is having a big influence on the game.
Marcel Allardyce, his assistant Phil Brown, was telling me beforehand he's noticed the players have been really up in training recently. There's been a real desire there for these big cup ties. He wants it to continue in the league games. They've still got a chance of making the playoffs, as of course have Tranmere. He'll be tucked back then by Bo Hansen, who's finding it hard going so far.
Yeah, he's not, I mean, at the moment they've been outpowered, particularly Bo Hansen. He's been outpowered by the two central defenders, Hill and Challoner.
Former Brombu player who featured against Manchester United in the Champions League. Kelly. Beaten in the air though by Gudni Bergson. Now it's Gardner looking to launch the counter-attack. Gudjohnsen. Bo Hansen has stayed onside, so too Jensen. Who might be through here. Klaus Jensen. Terrific saving tackle. Didn't have the pace to get away then from Challoner.
Yeah, it's a good third man run. He played it, he joined in the league, he carried on going. He wants one more touch, he needs to be... There's a big discussion whether it's a goal kick. The referee's actually given a goal kick. I think the Bolton lads think it should be a corner, and it looks very much as if it should be. I think they're doing something out of a great recovery tackle there if it's not a corner. But that was good build-up. That's one way you can split the offside trap. A player running from midfield. And he did that very, very well then, Jensen.
Klaus Jensen, he didn't quite have the acceleration to sprint clear of Challoner. He actually got back well. But it was a real chance set for Bolton. And they have had opportunities, Ron, in this first half.
They've had a couple, as you say, they've hit the post. That was the best build-up. That's the best bit of play they've had there, because it was slick in midfield. They sprung the offside trap very, very well. I don't think he's hit that wide. I think that's gone very wide. It's in the worst shock you've ever seen. I sympathise with the Bolton lads there. I think that's squeezed out for a corner.
He's only got a couple this season, Klaus Jensen. But he was quite a regular scorer back in his home country, back in Denmark.
But if you look at the basis of the midfield, Johansson, the skipper on the right-hand side, is a good little player. I think Challoner's just coming up for treatment. Passey's a holding player with good ability. Jensen is a clever, tidy player. The only one with genuine zip is Gardner on the left-hand side, and he seems to be just playing what we call the highwayman, stand and deliver. You'd like to see him get on his bike a little bit and start using that electric pace he's got.
Gardner.
This is what from here he should be breaking blood vessels. Knock it out of your feet now, 1v1.
This is Whitlow. Bohanson in the centre. He couldn't quite locate him though. Now it's Gardner. Back comes Bolton again. And a miscue really off. Clint Hill was relieved to see that one fly well wide of the post.
Yeah, but two good whipped-in balls from the left-hand side. One from Whitlow, one from Gardner. Both from good delivery positions.
Goodney Bergson advancing into the penalty box along with Paul Ritchie. Vincent's corner. Behind for another one. Gary Jones back defending for Tranmere. Bergson, who will again be hoping to pose a threat in the middle. They've also got Mike Whitlow in there. Hanson's in the 6-yard box. It's another one. Tranmere's goal under siege at the moment. Hanging on to this lead, earned through Clint Hill. Jensen. Back goes Passy. That's O'Kane. Gudjonsson shrugging off Steve Yates. Now Gudjonsson, he loves to cut it like this. Great little run here by Ida Gudjonsson.
That's better though, he showed a bit of fire, a bit of aggression, a bit of power.
Parkinson. Gardner was tracking back.
I think that's one of the reasons, to be fair to Gardner, I've been in a way saying he should have been pushing forward, but I think he's also keeping a little eye open to try and help his fullback to contain the pace of Parkinson.
That was Gardner. Then Jensen. Way by Challenor to Marr.
I think what we are seeing as well is fair bits of some good high quality stuff in the game, but we're certainly seeing a lot of tempo.
Gary Jones endeavouring to work it on. It will be a throw, which you could say is a corner or a free kick. Cross goes Dave Challenor.
You know, if you're Sam Allardyce, you're saying, all right, if you can't win the first header to your defenders, that's clever. Caught them napping. No, he's better throwing.
Yeah, throw-ins are better.
The only player in the game that's...
I think they started off as a joke, but of course it's now a very important part of their armoury.
Oh, not much.
Here's Gudjonsson. Good Gardner over on the far side. If he can release him here, just wasn't quite the right ball.
Oh, he had Akers as well. He had Akers to feed him in there, you know. He should have been a lot more measured with his pass there. He had Akers to feed Gardner in, and that would have been a real threat. But it shows the way that the offside trap can be sprung again. Midfield players coming from deep areas.
Alan Morgan.
Particularly the quickest player in your side.
Whitlow with the header. It was Paul Ritchie. Into the last 5 minutes of the first half. This is Jensen, then to O'Kane. Mark is very determined in the tackle. He's got Kelly through the middle. And Roberts supporting here. Gareth Roberts played in for Alan Marr. Who's done well, still Marr. But not quite into the path of Kelly.
Yeah, a little bit heavy with his touch there, but some great play and great support play there. Very, very good break from Tranmere.
Johansson. Passy that to Whitlow. Former Leeds and Leicester man. This is Johansson. Now Gudjonsson wandering out to this near side. Looking to show his neat and intricate footwork, but it's all come to nothing. Breaking then for Tranmere, then Kelly.
They've got to be particularly careful though, Bolton. You know, they're pushing people forward now and getting caught on the counter.
Offside against Parkinson. Though who set out in the St Liverpool youth team was Michael Owen, a contemporary of his. I don't think Liverpool necessarily wanted to release him, but of course there was so much competition for places among the youngsters there. So Parkinson moved on, and it's certainly been Tranmere's game. And they're pressing again here now with Scott Taylor, who might go all the way. Great block by Gudni Bergson. That was a terrific tackle then by the Icelander to relieve the pressure. Once again, he's come to his team's rescue, not for the first time in this half.
Yeah, that was another great saving tackle.
Roberts, rolling forward again for Tranmere.
I mean, we looked at the Tranmere side. We knew all about Parkinson because he's been very much flavour of the month with his pacey runs and what he's done in the various big matches this season. But I've got a hunch if they're going to be so successful in the whole of the game, it's down this left-hand side, I think, that Tranmere can exploit Bolton. Certainly think when Marn, and particularly when he gets support from Gareth Roberts, come at young John O'Kane, I don't think he's terribly happy with that. I think O'Kane is happy when he's in possession, when people are attacking him with the ball.
Frank Passy. Gardner was the outlet. The referee was ruled against him. They're giving the free kick to Tranmere.
I must admit, I was just thinking, why doesn't he allow the advantage? I thought he'd let Bolton have the advantage, but it was a bit harsh, that.
Yeah, I thought so. Well, there was so much relief among the Tranmere players after the events of the weekend. They had an agonising wait to discover they were allowed to continue in the FA Cup. And my word, they bounced back tonight. Shown tremendous spirit in this first half. And Bolton have a lot to do. They were absolutely shattered, Tranmere, by the fiasco, and there's no other word for it really, at Prenton Park at the weekend. Thankfully all resolved now. Not to everyone's liking though, it has to be said, of course. Sunderland still feeling hard done by. Here's Scott Taylor. In goes Jones. Jensen then with a touch on to Gardner. Now can he get good Johnson away? He's got Johansson supporting him. This is Michael Johansson. Then Gardner. Just couldn't shake off the defender, but it's Johansson. And again, Tranmere keeping things tight at the back. They might be stretched again, though, by Gardner and Jensen. Now Johansson.
I needed just a bit more measure on the pass there from the captain, Johansson.
2 minutes to be added on. At the end of the 45. We're almost into stoppage time now. By Yates, Mike Whitlow, then Ricardo Gardner. Johansson's made a run to the near post. So too though, a good Johnson.
Yeah, it's a strange one that. I mean, they had good positions in the box and then went to the Sporting. But that's the position there. We saw the little link up between the two left-sided players of Bolton, Whitlow and Gardner. And you think that if I was Sam Allardyce, I'd be saying, get up that line, son, try and make as much progress as you can to his young Jamaican.
Jensen. Here is Klaus Jensen now with a strike at goal. Just got to keep it down. But he fashioned the opportunity for himself there.
Yeah, good build-up, good quick feet, good quick football, nice little layoff. As you say, can't quite stay over it, but they do show in their pockets that they play pockets of good little football at times. It just doesn't, to me, doesn't seem as abrasive as when Tranmere attacked.
Yeah, their passing, their build-up was very crisp then, Bolton. But no way past this man, John Achterberg. Johansson. Scott Taylor happy to settle for the throw. No way can Bolton settle for this scoreline. They'll need something at least to take to Prenton Park in 2 weeks' time. Gardner to Jensen. Now Gary Jones, another who's come up through the ranks at Tranmere.
He's got an added advantage, you know, as well. You know, I saw him play when he was playing as a centre forward when he first broke through, or playing in reserve team football. And playing in midfield, he's got that knowledge of how to burst forward.
Used to be a defender, didn't he? A central defender, then he played up front.
Yeah.
Now in midfield for Tranmere. Hill's goal is Tranmere's reward for their positive approach in this first half. But Bolton have certainly had their moments too. Michael Johansson hitting a post, and it's all set up for a cracking second half. Bolton 0, Tranmere 1 in this Worthington Cup semi-final first leg at the Reebok Stadium.
For Bolton, that's on for Bo Hansen. So obviously Sam Allardyce looking for a bit more firepower up front. I think Ron alluded to that, didn't he, in the first half. So let's rejoin the commentators for the second half, Ron and Peter.
It's Tranmere who will start this second half, and Dean Holdsworth has come on in place of Bo Hansen. No big surprise really. Hansen did struggle in the first half. Holdsworth hoping then to increase the firepower for Bolton, though hasn't featured too much lately, and is reported to be wanting to move back down south, back to London for family reasons. He's feeling rather uncomfortable at Bolton at the moment. But certainly will be relishing this opportunity to shine now. Free kick to Tranmere, who continue, at the moment anyway, to be Bolton's bogey side. They haven't lost to them in 5 meetings. Holdsworth hoping to change all that in this second half.
One thing you do expect from Holdsworth, he is an intelligent player. He's not the quickest, but you would expect him not to get caught in the offside trap so much.
He was actually sent off on the opening day of the season when the two teams met at Prenton Park in a goalless draw. It was a fine pass then from Holdsworth, who played for Wimbledon in the '97 semi-finals when they lost to Leicester. Here's Scott Taylor. Roberts turning away from Jensen. Finding Kelly. Now Scott Taylor. It's just too long though for Parkinson, who'd arrived in the centre. But an early warning there for Bolton of Tranmere's attacking potential.
Yeah, they went through that left-hand side. They sliced through it quite comfortably, and I thought Scott Taylor, that was a good ball. He could have delayed it a little bit and given and picked his pass more.
Jensen. Now Mann, who certainly caught the eye for Tranmere in the first half with his effervescence in the midfield. Morgan, who provides the grit and steel alongside him.
Yeah, they've had a good blend in there. They certainly did have first half. They say Mann, he's got great technical ability, good awareness, as he showed when he nearly scored with that little lobby he tried. Gary Jones, for me, has had a super game in midfield. Strong. He's ran from box to box.
That was Holdsworth with a header. Now Klaus Jensen. You feel he might be the man to open Tranmere up if anyone is going to.
He's certainly a nice player, and he certainly showed on 1 or 2 occasions, particularly.
Chandler was short then, and Gudjonsson nipped in and very nearly took advantage. Dreadful back pass then, a real lapse in concentration by Dave Chandler. But here comes Tranmere now, sweeping forward again. Scott Taylor almost made some headway, and Passy can break it all up. Tranmere with a man down. It's Mann, yeah. Alan Mann. He maybe feels he's got a point to prove to his manager tonight, having been left out lately. A little bit of a difference of opinion over his contract with the club and his future.
Whatever it is, certainly his first half performance couldn't be faulted. He responded in the manner that I would expect John Aldridge wanted him to. twisted himself there. I think it was the way he fell awkwardly, you know. May have just opened the ligaments of his knee up a little bit when he was off balance slightly. Although he's rubbing the back of his head, is it? Well, it's hard to tell sometimes when a player goes down injured. You know, get an ankle injury and start rubbing the back of the head and you think, Christ, that pain must be spreading. Yeah.
Well, certainly he seems to be okay. John Aldridge, of course, is looking for a change of fortune. He's been involved in 4 semi-finals since his time, or during his time with Tranmere, and he's failed on every occasion in the past. Is this going to be his year? Well, he has certainly turned things around at Tranmere, and they've had to come through some really difficult times too. Times when he had a good look at himself in the mirror, I think, and thought, well, am I up to this? And it's no secret he very nearly quit not too long ago. Probably now that
because he looks in the mirror. It's quite good looking boy, Waldo.
Here's Ritchie. And then by Passy. Now Goodley Bergson. Okay, with a long ball in search of Gardner. Yates was there. Yates outmanoeuvred.
That's where I think they've got a big advantage, Tranmere. They've got a lot more energy in midfield, you know. More pace and more energy in there.
And he has certainly shown bags of desire, Alan Marr. Real feisty presence. Free kick to Tranmere. Charles, who was buckled over. With Scott Taylor, and Jones has got forward as well. Time here for Ritchie. This is only his 3rd start for Bolton since arriving on loan from Hearts. And they'll wait further developments as to whether he'll be staying or not come the end of the season. Indeed, before that. Now, what's happening here? Somebody going through their paces a little too near the action. I think he passed him a towel to wipe the ball. That's what happened there. The throw not so deep this time from Challoner. Couldn't have wiped it properly.
You're talking about one of the great towel passes in the game.
It's not illegal, is it? So if he wants to wipe the ball. I think every team would like a Dave Challoner.
I've been with teams that like a towel.
It's Andy Thompson, isn't it? The old West Brom Wolves man. Among the subs for Tranmere tonight. Now Gardner on for Bolton. Swapping passes with Whitlow. Yates scattering back. Bolton looking to set their own agenda now in this second half and apply the squeeze on Tranmere. Still shading this to the first half goal from Clint Hill. Whitlow with a long throw now. Ritchie on to Bergson. Tranmere being pinned back for the moment. Still Goodley Bergson. Looking for the angled run of Holdsworth, who darted into the box. Not the service, though, that he was hoping for. Goodley Bergson, who is certainly a key man at the back in the absence of Mark Fish, who's away with South Africa in the African Nations Cup, and will be for a few weeks, of course. Now here's Bergson. Marr.
That's where I think, forget the pass, I think that's the surface that's carried that out. It looked a fairly decent pass from Marr, but just before that, I think that's where the big advantage lies. when a thing breaks loose in midfield, it's usually a blue shirt that snaps onto it.
Johansson. Yes, he was just caught then from behind. The follow through, I think, from Marn. It's a pretty foul night at the Reebok, and it's going the way of Tranmere Rovers at the moment for this tense Worthington Cup semi-final.
In the terms of a season, in the terms of a competition, the next goal's massive, isn't it?
Yates with a clearance for Tranmere.
Bolton score it, the adrenaline flows. You know, they feel they've got a genuine chance. Tranmere score it, and they start to wonder whether the game's dead and buried all the whole time.
Scott Taylor to Marn. Trying to fend off O'Kane, who stuck to his task well. Good play then by John O'Kane. Here's Johansson. On that to Passy, who's got Whitlow to his left. Now Gardner. Kane, as ever, Yates sticking tightly with it.
Yeah, but he's playing into his hands there. If he keeps having the ball and having to turn, Yates won't let him. I think Gardner's got to try a few more runs off the ball. Try and stretch them. Try and make Yates turn around and face his own goal a bit.
No real sign at the moment of Bolton forcing their way back on level terms. Here's Alan Marn.
That might be the first link-up ball that Kelly's given away the whole match. Maybe a shade over ambitious, trying to play one touch.
O'Kane on to Ritchie. Kelly's very careless there, but he's got away with it. It's Gardner.
See, there's Yates, won't let him turn. He knows the danger of allowing Gardner to turn and look at him. And I think Gardner's got to work a little bit harder to get his space. He's standing there and allowing himself to be marked out of it.
Tranmere so aware of the threat that he poses, Ricardo Gardner, if he has time and space.
If he just stands still, Peter, just stand still. I mean, he's very, very easy to mark. He's maybe got to make one or two runs, threatening runs when he hasn't got the ball or when he's not about to receive it.
Collaboration then by O'Kane. Managed to redeem himself by sliding in. But at the moment you feel Tranmere are the more buoyant and confident side.
Exactly.
That was Lofty, wasn't it? Lofty the line on that Lofthouse. The president, he's here tonight. A legend, of course. And they could do with a bit of his battling spirit at the moment.
You know, I didn't want to say because, oh no, they hark him back and this, that and the other, but a tenth of his fire, his guts or whatever.
I tell you what, the goalie wouldn't be safe, that's for sure.
We wouldn't be safe when that was about.
Kelly. Gardner just lunging out a leg. Here's Mike Whitlow. Can Kelly there, closing him down. Tremendous commitment from Tranmere again. Inspired by David Kelly, the 34-year-old. Now it's Parkinson. Reviving memories there of his run on goal against Middlesbrough that produced that stunning winner, as it turned out to be.
Yeah, they stand off him here and let him run at them, and you can't afford to let Parkinson do that. There's a touch there where he may have been, you know, I think he thought he could have stayed on his feet at first. Not really worth a penalty there. And he only got one.
Struggling to fend off Passy. Now Bolton have a free kick.
What they must do, Bolton, surely they must load people in and say, come on, let's do something. At the moment they just look as if they're heading for a defeat. They need something to stir themselves. The crowd, it might be here, it might be a fighting ball for them all.
Well, they wanted the keeper to come for that net, and he stayed on his line, Akterberg, but Johnson couldn't dance his way through. And there are one or two exchanges going on now among defenders at goalkeeper. But off goes Marn now, on the counter-attack. Kelly's ahead of him, but had gone in the wrong direction. Passy to clear and find Jensen. On by Johansson. Again, some clever interplay between the two, but for once Jensen has got his angles wrong. That hasn't happened too often. Here's Johansson, working feverishly now for Bolton.
Yeah, it's a good little passer, Johansson. He's a very, very tidy player on the ball. What he lacks, I mean, he's unfortunate with the shot that hit the inside of the post or the keeper touched on. What he lacks is that little bit of acceleration, the ability to drive the game from a wide area. Looks to me as one of those players that's far happier when he gets a central role.
Bergson's furious now with Alan Morgan, then Kelly stepping in to break it up. And the referee will need to restore order pretty quickly here before it all gets out of hand. Kelly clearly was endeavouring to act as peacemaker. Bergson was absolutely furious with Morgan. And referee Graham Barber is going to take the outstanding international's name for his overreaction as he sees it. In the meantime, one or two of the Bolton players are berating the referee's assistant over on the far side. Clearly siding with Bergson.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what I mean, that can only be something that went on afters.
It was a two-footed tackle from Morgan. Now the referee's taken no action against that.
It didn't warrant that. It didn't warrant that, in all fairness. No. Bergson's played at a big level. He's not entitled. He should be above that.
But it wasn't the best of tackles, Ron, was it?
It was never going to hurt him, though, was it?
That's Holdsworth. Then good Johansson. Making no impression, though.
He might have been two-footed as well, you know. He wasn't up in the air, you know. He was along the ground when he tackled there.
I think it's wound the crowd up a little, though.
I think, and I quite like Bergson, but I think it'd be far better trying to get his head on the end of something in the end of in the other penalty box. That'd get the crowd wound up.
Michael Johansson, who spun well. Now Jensen. This is Whitlow. Got 3 in the box, 4 in there now. Still Mike Whitlow trying to shake off Parkinson.
Done well, Parkinson.
Job doggedly, didn't he?
Parkinson changed his position early when the ball switched to Whitlow. Was out, didn't allow him to put it in first time. Eventually he got the benefit of his hard work.
Tranmere working tigerishly here to defend their slender lead. Clint Hill's goal in the first half, still dividing the two teams. Goes Jones, Holdsworth, Chandler's clearance, off goes Kelly. Oh, the keeper was fully committed. The referee looking across towards his assistant. Now did he make contact there as he came out, Banks? Well, the referee has given the free kick.
Yeah, it's another rash decision because Bergson's in control of the situation. I don't think any action against the keeper there.
He's called him across now.
He's just sadly misjudged and missed time. Knowing the world, can he send him off because Bergson was in control of the situation.
Well, he came out fully committed, Banks.
Well, he did. There was 3 of them chasing. He's taken his off the ball. He's got a yellow, I suppose. That may be fair.
Fair enough.
It's a rash decision from the goalkeeper.
I mean, he mistimed it completely.
Yeah, I mean, Bergson's in complete control of this. So that's certainly something we didn't see. Hang on a bit. I might have to reappraise the situation on that.
I think if the referee saw that, Ron, he might have taken a different view.
I think if I'd have seen that a bit earlier, I'd have taken a different view. That was stupidity. I mean, there's no need for him to come flying off his line. Keepers, for me, do that. They don't sort of take any sort of judgment on what's going on. They just think they've got a divine right on them. They just fly out. And in there, Bergson was in complete control, wasn't he?
Well, I think the goalkeeper, Steve Banks, can now consider himself lucky to still be on the field. Bolton still with some defending to do. Maybe Parkinson lining up a shot at goal here. The referee still wanting that ball further back. 4 in it for Bolton. Now he's happy. It's Barn. It nearly worked. Did you see that coming, Ron?
Yeah, the ball's come a little bit slow there to Marnie. He's hit quite a decent shot considering the pressure he's under. Reversed it back anyway. There's somebody flown out to press it, and he's actually done well to get his shot off there, Milan. I think the idea is quite a decent idea, actually, but I think Marn has to be a little bit closer.
Yeah.
So there's not the same sort of time like with him receiving the ball. But that might have been poetic if he'd have scored there.
Certainly inventive from Tranmere. And Bolton were wavering again. Not producing enough at the other end at the moment.
Nothing at the moment. If Bolton can feel fairly relaxed the fact that they're only one down. I mean, they've had one decent opportunity, but Tranmere might have been 2, 3, possibly even more if it had been a lucky night for them.
I'm just hearing from the bench too that Escalating, the reserve goalkeeper, was stripping off Ron, so they clearly thought the keeper was going to be sent off.
Yeah, I think the fact that Bergson was in control of the situation saved him. And maybe the referee, like ourselves, because there's a little bit of a crowd scene going on, maybe he couldn't quite see the foot that came up and caught Kelly.
Well, Morgan has now been cautioned. He has certainly been flying into the tackles in the midfield. Such a competitive player. Underlining their commitment to the cause, Tranmere. And now they have to face this free kick, which Passy is going to take. I think there's a substitution first, though. Johansson is going off. And Paul Warhurst is coming on. Warhurst, who's only recently come back from injury. I don't think the crowd approved of that.
Just wonder about that. I mean, I'm not disapproving of Warhurst coming on, whether he's going to play up front or whatever. But it seems strange to take your skipper off.
And he certainly gave them width, Johansson. That's Bergson, little cushion headed out. Desperate defending by Tranmere. Now it's Parkinson. Laid in by Yates, and the flag's up for offside. So Paul Warhurst is on, the former Blackburn player. Came in November of '98. He was in the Sheffield Wednesday side that lost both domestic cup finals to Arsenal back in '93. Certainly hasn't been a fixture for Bolton, but injuries have interrupted his progress.
Yeah, it looks as if he's going to play as one of the two central midfield players. I wonder whether they may have toyed with their going straight at the back.
Okay. Good jump by Holdsworth. But he couldn't find out a good Johnson. And the keeper's out again, Steve Banks. A little more decisively this time. Jones. Now Whitlow for Bolton. Here's Dean Holdsworth. Good Johnson lurking in the centre. And he's been penalised. This is Johansson going off, and that was his reaction.
Strange one, I must say. I mean, obviously the manager knows exactly why he's put somebody on. You know, he may well feel that Warhurst has got a bit of a proven goals record. He's got extra pace.
Okay, with the cross. Sorry, Ron.
Maybe he gives them a little bit of extra height, if you like. But it always seems strange when you take your captain off, particularly so early in the game.
Whitlow just bending in his cross too far. In goes Gardner. Free kick to Tranmere. Jensen's indiscretion. They're not really creating chances at this stage, Bolton.
No, you thought they'd lay siege. You thought they'd, they'd come out and try and storm all over Tranmere and forward, get the crowd lifted, try and force a goal. But certainly since the restart, it's basically been Tranmere in control of the game.
Two teams who have done so well in cup competitions this season. Bolton indeed have won 8 out of 9. But they're struggling here at the moment. More work maybe for Steve Banks in that Bolton goal. Mann and Morgan sorting out the free kick. Clipped in by Morgan. Well, Holdsworth settling for the corner. Bit of a misunderstanding, I think, at the back there. A lack of communication, really.
Well, there is a golden rule: if you're defending, unless you're dead sure, unless you're 200%, you deal with it. But any sort of missed time there, and he slotted one of the best goals he scored in Bolton.
They've got some height in there now, Tranmere, with Challoner, and Hill, and Jones.
That's why I wondered if... That's a good first time. I think Mann he's been prominent in the game, hasn't he? And increasingly so. I just wonder whether that's one of the reasons Warhurst's gone in. Not to set Mann up, but for his extra height.
Bolton had the free kick for the offence on Holdsworth. The ball come back to defend. OK, we'll take it. Bergson among the targets, along with Holdsworth and Ritchie, and also Whitlow. Well, that is Achterberg's ball. Certainly hasn't a great deal to do in this second half, has he, Achterberg? Which is a measure of how much Tranmere have been.
Yeah, in all fairness, he didn't have an abundance in the first half, did he, apart from the touch that he deflected onto the post.
OK. Now Holdsworth on the chase. But Johnson and Gardner was in the centre there. Here's Mann. Rather scuffed it though. Bergson. Bolton building patiently now through Gudni Bergson and Gardner, and then Holdsworth. Here's Frank Passy. Slotted through now. Dean Holdsworth. It was Challoner in the way. Here's Parkinson.
He's trying to use Challoner as a screen, holds it there and bend it round him. Try and catch it on the keeper's blind side.
Ball Ritchie lofting it forward. Not very convincingly, and the break could be on here. Look at Roberts charging down that far side. Off goes Scott Taylor. Roberts taking the throw there for Tranmere. I wonder just how valuable that away goal could be. Looking pretty good for them at the moment. Here's Roberts with a measured ball in. Jensen won't keep that in play. Made the point in the first half, Ron. They played in patches, little pockets really, Bolton, but no sting in the tail.
In actual fact, they've been more disappointing second half. You know, in a home semi-final of a cup, you're 1-0 down, you're in front of your own crowd. At least you expect to drive the game and stick them under severe pressure. They really haven't done that. I don't think Tranmere will believe how comfortable it's been for them at the moment.
Alan Morgan will look to float this one over towards the likes of Hill and Challoner and Kelly. That's Holdsworth. Back in defensive mode. Morgan can try again. The keeper just about got his fist to it. Didn't look that comfortable though.
No, he hasn't looked happy on the aerial stuff at all.
Parkinson swapping passes with Challoner. Doesn't come off though. That's Gardner. Forward by Mann for Jones to pursue. And contest that with Ritchie. And the keeper came out and seemed to be caught there. Just a quiet word from the referee, no more than that. Yeah, he's put the high. He felt the ball was there to be contested, though. He's looking rather unnerved at the moment. Steve Banks. Tranmere still with the upper hand, leading through Clint Hill's goal. And I'm sure they would settle for this now. A 1-0 lead to defend back at Prenton Park.
I tell you what, at the moment, I think Sam Allardyce might settle for 1-0. You know, and hope that his team can get ahead of steam up in the second leg. Because at the moment, they certainly haven't given that impression.
Still feel there's an extra desire about Tranmere. In goes Mann. Now Roberts towards Kelly. And then Jones, little collision in the box involving Kelly. The Tranmere fans baying for a penalty. Alan Morgan. And there's a chance for post, good save. Scott Taylor.
Let's off there for Bolton. Good cross in from Alan Morgan there, and Scott Taylor really would have been hitting the back of the net, and he's tried it again. He has got some audacity, the lad. Tried it albeit from a closer range first half, man. That is totally ambitious.
Again, they can't get Gudjohnsen in the game, Bolton. Holdsworth will challenge for this one. Here's Gudjohnsen. Setting off on a run, then Jensen to take it on. That was Passy. Now Whitlow. Wide by Passy this time to Ricardo Gardner. Now will he get a run on goal? Puts it towards Holdsworth. It's a corner.
Yeah, their best bit of play, we talk about them playing pockets of football. That's the best bit of football they've shown in the second half, that.
It'll be the signal for Ritchie to go up at Gudni Bergson. And Whitlow is on the goal line, or just in front of it there.
Well, this is where Warhurst might have been brought in as well, Peter.
Yeah. This is Watson, added height now. That's comfortably saved. Ritchie's header, easily dealt with it by John Achterberg. Bergson, then Passy. It's Jones though for Tranmere, wide then to Roberts. Again, they're breaking impressively, Tranmere. Alan Mann darting out on that far side and whipping a dangerous ball in. Not quite though locating Kelly. Out come Bolton with Jensen. Then Whitlow. Really need a goal now, Bolton, to revive their hopes, revive their challenge. Warhurst far too casual. Challenor able to step up. And here comes Tranmere on the rebound again with Parkinson. Good tackle this time by Whitlow. Warhurst. Got nothing out wide on that right side. Passy. Kelly had come back to tackle him and dispossess him too. Now Alan Mann. He's happy to have a go from anywhere.
Yeah, that wouldn't have surprised you if you'd have chipped the keeper there. Full marks to Kelly though. Tackles back, he realises that Passy had nothing left to do in the ball and robbed him of it. That may be the biggest difference in the sides. The total desire. I think he was a little bit ambitious here. Might have tried to put another pass in, but still a decent shot there from Mann.
And this is the chance that came the way of Scott Taylor.
Yeah, it's a little bit under his feet when he hits his chest, or perhaps a bit harsh on the lad there.
Roberts. Mann's off on a run again, but Bergson is there to tidy up.
But you see, you're watching the way Mann is making breaks. He's making breaks off the ball. I think to try and change the game round, I think Gardner's got to be doing that for Bolton. Gardner's wanting to receive a lot of balls to feet, and then he's just passing the ball off. Now he's got great pace, and he's not really utilising it.
They're onside here. Jensen, good Jensen in the middle. Acterberg just got a piece of it.
Yeah, but at least there was something on the end of it. I thought when Jensen went wide and he tossed in a good ball, I thought nobody's going to make up the ground here.
Passy. On by Warhurst to Jensen. Warhurst again. That was Clinthill. Again, there's no flag, to the dismay of Tranmere. Passy. Now, good Jensen. Just pull it back too far, but it's Passy to drive it back through. And only just over the top. Only a whisker away then from Frank Passy.
I thought he'd scored then. That was good technique. Good play here from good Jensen out on the left-hand side. Stands it up. Not the easiest ball in the world to hit, but his technique looks good. And for a minute, I thought that was going to rattle into the back of the net. Just a shade better. They're getting people forward, and maybe they're starting to force the issue a little bit.
Good jump by Bergson. Challenor just happy to clear. There's nobody upfield, not in that direction anyway, but Tranmere holding on just a little bit at the moment, certainly more than they were earlier in the half. Bergson forced into just lumping it forward. But they've got the aerial threat now of Holdsworth and Warhurst too. Parkinson. Game breaking with purpose for Tranmere. He wouldn't rule out another goal for them. Here's Alan Mann. Then Jones, who got away from Passy. And Kelly was in the centre if he could have found him. Still there's a chance. Oh, just wide. From Scott Taylor again. That's two opportunities he's had now.
Yeah, that wasn't an easy one. We'd have been talking a wonder goal. I just wonder about Kelly here. Have a look at Kelly. No, he's not. He's held his position. I thought Kelly at first had ran into an offside position.
He bent it just wide.
That would have been a super goal if he'd scored then.
Scott Taylor, who never really made the breakthrough at Bolton, but has certainly become an important member of John Aldridge's squad.
I think that once again represents whenever Tranmere attack, even though they're not having quite as much of the attacking players they did before, handball, isn't it? I think there always seems to be a threat. A lot of Bolton stuff has fizzled out, 3 or 4 little finicky passes in the D around the box.
Well, they'll throw the big guns up here now. Inside the last 9 minutes, John O'Kane. Up goes Holdsworth. And Gardner with a foot in. Roberts in difficulties. It's Holdsworth! Going back off the upright. Gardner's cross. Oh, they were very unlucky then, Bolton.
Yeah, very unlucky. Great shot from a very tight angle. But you know, that came about because Gardner read one of the knockdown headers from a defender and just managed to keep the pressure on.
Okay. Holdsworth laying it off, then to Warhurst. Difficult ball. Oh, great stop by the keeper. That was a fantastic save. Great reactions then.
Superb reactions. I think it's Warhurst and he just tucks it in.
It's good Jensen, I think, isn't it? Far post.
Everybody lets it go. Good Jensen should score. Great save. Flat should score. Sitter.
Magnificent stop then by John Acterberg.
The last 3 minutes have been their most constant pressure they've applied all game, Bolton.
Respite for Tranmere. Scott Taylor. Now Parkinson. And Kelly in space on this right side, but
that's a good saving tackle from John O'Kane.
Yeah,
Parkinson with his pace. There it is. Hits the post, desperately unlucky there. He's back out, he tossed it back in, and they never really sort of cleared that danger up, Tranmere.
Bolton's best spell, but it's failed to produce a goal. At the moment, anyway. Challenor. Offside. Well, he knows how close his team came there. Holdsworth hitting the post, and then Gudjohnsen demanding that fantastic stop by John Acterberg.
You see, in a two-leg game as well, you know, your thinking's got to be that different. You say to yourself, at least if we go in 1-1, you expect to or hope to win your home match. But at least if you're still within range in the second match, you know, you can have a great night, things can happen for you, and you can pull it off. What is important from Bolton's point of view, they mustn't go to 2 down.
Okay. Gardner won't reach that one, but here's Klaus Jensen, and then Passy to take up the reins again for Bolton. Whitlow. Good Johnson. Always a buzz of anticipation whenever he's on the ball. Idle Good Johnson. But he was too weak at the challenge there. Marn can play it away.
That's lazy, that from Marn. He didn't concentrate.
But this is Bolton's dilemma now as they search for an equaliser. They, as Ron is saying, really mustn't give one away now.
Yeah, they've got to keep a little bit of insurance at the back. They've got to, yes, they've certainly got to get the momentum and try and nick an equaliser or something. But just make sure that somebody's wide awake at the back.
Whitlow. Now Paul Warhurst. Okay, it's drifted inside. Whitlow. That's Warhurst getting the nudge on to Jensen. And then Good Johnson. Right across the face of goal, but there's no Bolton player there on the end of it. Good Johnson again. Rather tired cross in though this time for the young Icelandic international.
Seems to spend an awful lot of time in wide areas in the last third though. If he were my striker, I'd be happier with him, and he can work those flanks pretty well. I'd be happier with him in the middle of the box looking for chances made by the likes of players that aren't capable of scoring goals. But there is now for the first time a possible suggestion that Bolton may push something in or pull something out the back.
Tranmere not looking as relaxed defensively as they were earlier in the match. There's nobody upfield for them at all. Whitlow to regain possession then for Bolton. We're throwing everything at Tranmere now in their quest for an equaliser. Ritchie on to Passy. Now O'Kane. That's Warhurst. He's got Holdsworth with him. Still Holdsworth. Forced out though by Tranmere. O'Kane with the cross. That's Whitlow at full stretch. And Parkinson upfield.
That shouldn't be Whitlow going in for that. You know, full marks to him. He's a competitor. He wants to win. But one of the strikers should be pulling into that position when the cross is on his way.
Holdsworth, who is so strong in the air. But it's a free kick to Tranmere, who've been under the hammer a little bit in the last few minutes, certainly. Kelly, whose industry up front has been such a feature for Tranmere. He's run his proverbial socks off.
Yeah, he's played smashing. Yeah, he has. Hasn't had too many opportunities this half for strikes on goal, but he's kept them occupied. He's kept the Bolton defenders occupied. He's been a great sort of link man for his midfield players to hit. I mean, Tranmere have been strong at the back, but I think the biggest advantage they've had all game has been the drive and energy from midfield.
That's Challinor. Kelly still prepared to chase, still prepared to harass. Such an example he's been to his teammates.
Yeah, when the lads at the back see that going on, you know. Another sub, is it? We're getting another sub on.
Now, Tranmere are going to make a substitution. Let's hope they got the numbers right.
They talk about the numbers that's showing up or the numbers on the field.
It is Steve Frail who's coming on, actually. He was the man involved at the weekend. And Scott Taylor going off. Just check that he does go off, Ron, will you?
There is no way in the world that Tranmere will ever make that mistake ever again. I'll tell you what, there'll be a flurry, they'll be checking, double checking. The secretary will be out checking.
I was saying to John Aldridge before, and I was watching the game on a TV monitor. I said it was hard to work out what was going on. He said, listen, I was the manager and I didn't know what was going on. there's actually a banner in the crowd somewhere, I think, that says there's no substitute for Tranmere. Maybe we get a glimpse of that. Here's Passy. Good Johnson. Mike Whitlow has to fetch. And time is rapidly running out here for Bolton. Frank Passy. It's a long, hopeful ball from Steve Banks. Passy again, the Frenchman. Now the tireless mark. Bergson can tidy up. Kelly will launch himself at Banks. What an inspiration he has been, David Kelly.
I mean, he's ran 30 yards then. You're thinking, son, you've all the experience in the world, even you. Steady on a little bit. He's forced the keeper into hitting the ball out for a throw in. Give his side an advantage, which they've quickly thrown away.
And again, Bolton have frittered away possession. Gary Jones. On to Marr. Well, they don't want to gamble too much now, Tranmere. Just keep it steady. I'm sure that's the message from the bench, on the bench with John Aldrich and Kevin Sheedy as number 2, the old Evertonian. Three minutes of added time. We're into that now. Kelly closing down again. Good Janssens after this one, but Challoner was there. Just a mop up at the back for Tranmere. Here's Gardner. Ran straight into that posse of defenders, and it will be a goal kick.
I'm very surprised how narrow Gardner's played this half. I mean, first half I thought he played narrow, but he seems as if he's playing as an out-and-out narrow midfield player now.
Mike Whitlow. That was Bergson. Straight to Frail. Now Roberts. They've only got Kelly and Marn upfield. Here is Marn. And that was out of play. It's been taken from the wrong place. There's a free kick. Ritchie rolled on then to Whitlow. Here's Paul Ritchie again. They've got to gamble now, Bolton. John O'Kane. Along towards Warhurst, and Passy, who is well advanced. But Roberts can relieve that pressure on Tranmere. Here's Bergson. O'Kane. Now Whitlow. John O'Kane. He's got Holdsworth ahead of him. And Jensen and Gardner darting in. And that'll be a corner. Off Yates.
Well, that looks a very, very good opportunity. You thought at one time Gardner was just going to get on the end of the cross, couldn't quite make it. Is this the last throw of the dice?
Jensen will take the kick. Up goes Holdsworth and Warhurst. Good back in. Away for the corner. O'Kane, and that strike at goal.
Unlucky there. Good blocking from Tranmere, unlucky from O'Kane.
Jensen to try again. Again, Warhurst is there. That's a pushing seen by the referee.
That's certainly something Warhurst has done in the spell. He's given them some added advantage in the air. He's got little flick-ons, one or two solid headers like that, which unfortunately was penalised.
Well, it's such a miserable night weather-wise, but not for John Aldridge's team at the moment. They've given it a real go tonight, and at this stage they have their reward. Only seconds remaining now. It may only be half-time, but the Wembley door is ajar, and Aldridge's Tranmere team have 1 foot through it now. Clint Hill with the only goal of the night, an away goal that could prove so vital with the return at Prenton Park still to come in 2 weeks' time. It's really set up for that now. The final score tonight at the Reebok Stadium in this Worthington Cup semi-final first leg is Bolton 0, Tranmere 1.
Sunderland have all come away from Prenton Park with their tails between their legs, but Stockport